Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurfarah Alia, and today me and my group mates Syahira, Ummi Umairah Nur, Mohamad, Aliff, Hanif and Madihah will be presenting our non-profit organisation which is called Minds Matter. For a brief introduction, our non-profit organisation is focusing on mental health issues. According to the World Health Organization (WHO), mental health can be defined as a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. Mental health problems have been a serious problem that can affect anyone without knowing someone's age or gender. It can affect us in many ways that can trigger our mental states, such as social isolation, trauma, long-term stress, and many more. If we do not manage these problems properly, severe consequences could happen. On the other hand, the idea of mental health is basically about how an individual can cope with the challenges facing at home, schools, institutions, or even at the workplace. A person may have a balanced and healthy mental state when he or she can overcome, manage the stress and challenges, while the inability to cope, on the contrary, will definitely affect the mental state and cultivate more symptoms of mental illness experienced by an individual. Minds Matter is a non-profit organisation that aims to spread awareness on the importance of mental health problems towards the public. Our mission is to release people who are suffering from their mental health problems and bring them to hope for the continuity of their daily lives without fearing our community stigma. This organisation also gives these people a chance to speak up their thoughts freely. Some people who experience mental health problems are scared to voice out their problems, or maybe they express their thoughts but nobody actually listens to them. Therefore, it is our responsibility to provide all the support towards their recovery process, not just in terms of medical but also to strengthen the spirit. Another mission that our organization aims for is that we hope that we can inspire other people to join any of our programs that can help for raising awareness about mental health through our peers who have experienced mental health problems before and have been cured through our programs. These people can be our role model, can be our assets to convince the public, especially people who have been dealing with mental health problems for so long but do not know where to go, where to express their feelings and thoughts, that Mind Matters is here to help them. There are a few programs that we provided in our organization. Programs like Explorers, mobile counseling sessions, and organizing a talk are a few of our initiatives in spreading awareness and at the same time attracting people who are dealing with their mental health problems and help them.
Thank you, Farah Ala, and hello everyone. My name is Syahira binti Hasim, and today I will be explaining further about our issues of concern, which is mental health problems in Malaysia. So as we can see, the problems of mental health issues in Malaysia are getting really worse, especially in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic. But even the pandemic has even started, the issues of mental health in Malaysia has already worsened, and this is already predicted by the Sun Daily in their statement released in 2018. That by 2020, mental illness is expected to be the second biggest health problems affecting Malaysians after heart disease. And this is not merely a statement. We can already see a lot of cases of suicide linked to mental illness or depression, such as one that was reported by Bahudin in 2018, said that a woman in her 30s has climbed over the first floor railing and she dived off, meaning that she jumped off from the first floor railing and she fell to the ground to level, which she literally fell 3 stories in a shopping mall. So the incident aforementioned is considered as apparent or obvious attempted suicide, which according to Blackman, attempted suicide is commonly or usually linked to depression or disorder, drug use disorder, and psychosis, which these are some factors that lead to suicide attempt. And now with the spreading of COVID-19 pandemic, it has caused a lot of distress among people due to sudden change of environment, anxiety due to the loss of income, or fears for one's well-being. So all these factors can lead to mental health problem or depression, and this is proven by the National Health and Morbidity Survey 2019 that 2.3% of adults are reported to have depression, which is that accounted for 500,000 people. And this number is not just a small number, it is a really big number, especially when the survey only conducted among adults, meaning that among adults only 2.3% of cases of depression have been detected. And for the student, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused them to feel lonely or even more isolated because they couldn't meet their friends, they couldn't mingle or go out from their place, and also the pandemic has made them feel anxious or having anxiety due to the unpredictability of the situation, and also they feel anxious such as their job opportunity in the employment market, and also the sudden interruption of the semester. So because of that, we think it is necessary for us to pay more attention to curb these escalating cases of mental health issues in Malaysia. So now my groupmates member will explain further about our proposed strategies or planning to curb these issues of concern.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Ummi Umairah Nur and I'm going to explain about our program. Our organization, Minds Matter, is not aiming only to create awareness of mental illness in our community, but also we would like to provide a space for those who are experiencing mental health problems to share their thoughts and feelings with us. In order for us to achieve our mission, we are going to hold a tour to universities across the country. The reason why we are focusing on university students is because we believe that there are a lot of them who are experiencing mental illness, but they choose to disclose their experience because they do not want to be judged by anyone. Actually, it is a fact that we cannot deny that our own community has a negative perceptions towards mental illness such as depression and anxiety. That is why we intend to provide a space for these people to share their thoughts and feelings with us. We are going to conduct a one-day program called A Day For You for university students across the country. Mental illness issues are usually being associated with university students because university life is not as easy as we think. There are a lot of factors that can contribute to mental illness issues. For example, these students, they are hundreds and miles away from their family. The new environment, the culture shock, the peer pressure make them extra stressed with their loads of coursework. These pressures eventually can lead to mental health issues when it is not paid attention to. The negative stigma of our own community towards the idea of mental illness should be disregarded, and the awareness about mental health should be spread even more. That is why we are going to hold a program that focuses on university students but also open for the public to join. There are three main events in our one-day program. The first one is an explore race, the second one is mobile counseling station, and the last one, which is the main event for our program, is a talk regarding mental health issues. Our participants only need to pay a small amount of registration fee. For example, if they want to join our explore race, they only need to pay RM5 ringgit. For mobile counseling station, only 1 ringgit, and for mental health talk, they only need to pay for 5 ringgit for the registration. Firstly, painkiller. This is an explore race in which our participants will be playing various types of games and they will be answering questions that are made specifically to measure and create awareness about mental health. The participants will be grouped randomly based on their registration with us before the program. The reason why we are doing this because we are trying to create social interaction between university students and also the public who are going to join our program. One of the games that will be played in this explore race is Happy Fun. The participants, they need to complete a set of games such as word cross, puzzles and quizzes, which are all related to mental health. And the games will lead to several tips, techniques and even gratitude journal to promote a positive outlook of life. Similar to other explorers concepts, the first group that managed to finish all of the missions and pass every checkpoints will win the first place of our Painkiller Explorers program. Each participant from the first group that win the first place will receive a cash voucher worth RM150, a set of motivational books, and also some souvenirs from our organization. For the second and third place, each participant will receive a cash voucher worth RM50, a set of motivational books, and also souvenirs from our organization. Meanwhile, for other participants, they will also receive the same souvenirs from our organization, which is a bag that contains a diary, one a day for you t-shirt, and also a bucket hat. The diary was made specifically for this program because we have included the number of our organization in case any of them need any support for their mental well-being, and also motivational quotes on every pages of the diary. Now, I will pass this presentation to my friend Aliff Hanif. That is all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohamad Aliff Hanif and I will present to you about our next event for our one-day program. This event is called Rolling Health, where we set up a mobile counseling station around the campus for people to have their consultation about their mental health. Our goal is to help people to receive treatment about their mental health and also create awareness to the people around them about the mental health. We want to break the stigma where having mental health issues is something that is shameful to be wrong. This station is not only for people who have mental health issues, but also people who wants to know how to handle them. People who are struggling with other problems that need counseling are also welcome. This counseling will cost you around RM1 only, as we believe that anything related to health should be accessible, whether you are student, lecturers or other people outside the campus. The fee will be given to the government as we collab with the Ministry of Health Malaysia to have vehicles and expert counsellors for the program. We did not want to be having an unauthorized program, as we believe that the government will help us for this event. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Madihah binti Abdul Razak and I'm going to continue for our final part of the program, which is called Our Minds Matter, a mental health talk. In this world, it is important to understand that mental health does not discriminate. Anyone from all walks of life can be affected by it, be it lecturers or students, parents or children, or even doctor or patient. Anyone can be a victim of mental health issues. In Malaysia, mental illness is expected to be the second biggest health problem affecting Malaysians after heart disease by 2020. Unfortunately, the lack of understanding in Malaysians regarding mental health issues might result in negative consequences for the patients and the people around them. As we all know, there is a huge negative stigma associated with mental health issues, and it is often dismissed as a superstitious belief and misconception. Therefore, we must instill the correct information regarding mental health issues in our participants in hopes to shed a light on banishing the negative perceptions society tends to paint on mental illness issues. In order to do this, we decided that conducting a deep and concise talk on mental health issues would be the best call. A talk might sound boring, but we don't have to do it the boring way. Therefore, we decided to ensure our speakers have a number of followings but are credible and skilled as well. There are plenty of ways to make a program fun and interesting, but would be filled with valuable knowledge and information at the same time. Firstly, we are planning to invite Mr. Aiman at Aiman Psychology on Twitter, who is a motivator, author, and a mental health advocate as our main speaker. Mr. Aiman has a significant number of followers on Twitter. We think that this would be an attraction for our participants to join the program. Other than that, we would also like to invite Puan Anita Abu Bakar, who is the president of MIASA. MIASA is the Mental Illness Awareness and Support Association, and it is a mental health advocacy and peer support NGO based in Selangor. We will also want to invite Dr. Ahmad Kaur, who is a geriatric and rehabilitation psychiatry expert at the University of Malaya Specialist Center. Therefore, the speakers we would invite would have the qualifications to talk about this issue, which is important because we need to make sure all the information given in our program is true and credible. Next, talking about the content of our talk. So we decided to divide it into three parts. The first part being what are the types of mental health issues and how do they differ from each other. This part will include a thorough discussion on mental health issues such as schizophrenia, depression, bipolar disorder, and more. The main factor to discuss this topic is to introduce and give a deeper understanding to our participants. The next part is related to the previous part, where we would discuss on the ways to help the victims of these mental health issues, because different illnesses require different approaches. For the last part, we would like to share with our participants on how to ask for help as a patient of these mental health disorders themselves. We are sure that they at least sometimes would feel like they need somebody to talk to, but to no avail. According to Recruit 2007, family and friends are the first place or the first choices for these victims to seek help instead of going to see a professional. Therefore, we believe that giving them guidance on a topic they have maybe a little knowledge about would be a fitting end to our program. Finally, in the effort of making our talk compelling, we plan to include live quizzes and live polling for our participants to join, along with giving them prizes and gifts to be brought home. Our polling would be basically what are their opinions, and our quizzes would be questions from the content of the talk. We do not want our participants to easily lose their interest in the talk, hence we are going to conduct these quizzes and polls during our breaks throughout the talk. On top of that, we also plan to give our participants digital pamphlet that have packed information about mental health issues and basically the content of our talk. Doing this would help us cut the printing costs and also reduce the use of paper, thus helping us allocate a proper use of our company's resources. So all in all, we expect this one-day program to be a success, and we hope that we have the chance to conduct it someday to ensure the better understanding and better life for the mental health patients in Malaysia. Thank you very much. That will be all from my group. And we would also like to thank Sir Amirul for teaching us this semester, and we hope you are always being taken care of by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we wish you to have a great year ahead. Thank you very much.